If you're watching from the US, you probably didn't see this coming. Episode 13 of Perfect Crown just dropped, and in the first 5 minutes, Ji-woo does something that breaks every rule of chaebol culture. For 12 episodes, she played defense, smiling for the cameras, signing papers she didn't write, taking the fall for Seo Jin's family. But now, she's going on offense, and the entire board knows it. In the next 12 minutes, I'm breaking down exactly why she made that choice, what it means for Seo Jin, and why this scene is already being called the most brutal moment of Kdrama in 2026. Stick around, because if you miss the subtext in minute 3, you'll miss the whole point of the finale. Let's get into it. Episode 13 opens right where 12 left off. The boardroom. Silent. No music, no dramatic sting, just the sound of pens clicking, papers shuffling, and the chair creaking when the board chair leans forward. The director wants you uncomfortable from second one. Seo Jin sits straight, chin up, hands folded. He thinks he's won. For 12 episodes he's controlled the narrative. He wrote the contract. He set the terms. He expected Ji-woo to fold. Ji-woo sits across from him, back straight, no fidgeting, no eye contact. She's not nervous. She's calculating. The chair announces, all in favor of upholding the contract, raise your hand. 3 hands go up. Seo Jin's side, his lawyers, his uncle, the one board member he owns outright. Then the chair says, all oppose. 4 hands go up. Seo Jin's face drops for 2 seconds. It's subtle, but it's there. And in that moment, the power shifts. This matters, because in Korean chaebol culture, losing a board vote publicly is worse than losing money. Money you can make back. Face, once lost, is gone forever. And once you lose face, you lose control. The board isn't just voting on a contract. They're voting on whether Seo Jin still has authority in the room. So why did the board turn on Seo Jin? It wasn't random, it was planned. 2 reasons. First, the leak backfired. When the illegal clause went public in episode 11, it didn't just hurt Ji-woo. It exposed Seo Jin's family as willing to break the law to keep control. Older board members care about legacy. They care about their name in the papers. They don't want their name attached to a contract that violates labor law. Second, Ji-woo played the long game. Remember the assistant from episode 9? The quiet one who always stood in the background with the folder? She testified off-screen. We don't see it happen, but the chair's line at 412 confirms it. We have reviewed the witness statement. The director doesn't show the testimony because the point isn't what she said. The point is that Ji-woo built alliances while Seo Jin was busy trying to control her. While he was focused on the boardroom, she was working the hallways. That's the difference between power and influence. Seo Jin had power. Ji-woo built influence, and influence wins votes. Cut to the hallway. Rain again. The show uses rain as a reset button. Every time Ji-woo hits a breaking point, it rains. Seo Jin corners her. This is the scene from the trailer, the one everyone's been waiting for. He says, "You think this is over? If I fall, you fall with me." Ji-woo replies, "Then we fall together, but I won't fall alone." Watch her delivery. No shouting, no tears, just quiet certainty. That's more terrifying to him than screaming, because it means she's decided. This is the thesis of the show. Power without trust collapses. Seo Jin had power. Ji-woo took his trust. Once that's gone, the board, the media, and his own family turn on him. Notice the framing here. The camera is at eye level for both of them. No low angles to make Seo Jin look powerful. No high angles to make Ji-woo look small. They're equals now, and he hates it. At 22:40, we get a flashback to episode 2. Ji-woo's father is on his deathbed. The room is dim, he's barely speaking. He grabs her hand and says, "Never let them make you sign something you don't understand." We didn't think much of it then. It felt like generic fatherly advice. Now it's clear. Episode 13 is the payoff to that line. Ji-woo didn't forget. She waited 11 episodes to use it. She let Seo Jin think she was compliant. She let him think she was trapped. And when the moment came, she used his own contract against him. That's why this feels earned, not random. The show planted the seed in episode 2 and watered it for 11 episodes. This is why US-UK audiences are connecting with the show. It's structured like a thriller, not just a melodrama. Every scene matters, every line pays off. Perfect Crown forces you to ask, is Ji-woo getting revenge or justice? Seo Jin broke the law. He used her. He built a contract around her vulnerability. So yes, she has a right to fight back. But Ji-woo also used the board's fear to win. She didn't go to the police. She used public shame. She exposed him in front of his peers, knowing that in chaebol culture, shame is a death sentence. The show doesn't give you a clean answer, and that's why it's working. US viewers are used to clear heroes and villains. K-dramas like this blur the line, and it's why the discussion threads are blowing up. Ask yourself, if you were in her position, what would you do? Would you play by the rules that were never meant to protect you? Ji-woo wins the vote. She keeps her company. She keeps her name. But watch the final shot of episode 13. She's alone in her office. No one celebrates with her. Her phone is silent. Winning cost her the one person she thought she could trust. That's the trade-off the show has been building to since episode 1. Power is lonely in chaebol Korea. The higher you climb, the fewer people you can trust. Remember episode 1? Ji-woo was apologizing for existing in the same room as Seo Jin. Now she's the one delivering the final blow. But she didn't get a happy ending. She got reality. 3 things the director did that make this episode hit harder than anything before it. First, the color grade. Episode 13 drains all gold and red. Everything is blue and gray except Ji-woo's coat. She's the only color left. Symbolism. She's the only one still human in that room. Second, the sound design. During the vote, the background noise cuts out completely for 3 seconds. No breathing, no shuffling, just silence. That silence is uncomfortable. It forces you to focus on the hands raising. Third, the camera movement. No handheld shots. Everything is locked off and static. It makes the scene feel like a trial. You're not supposed to feel comfortable. You're supposed to feel judged. These choices are why the episode feels different. It's not just writing. It's craft. Let's run through the theories fast. Theory 1. The assistant leaked the contract. Confirmed. Her testimony is referenced at 4:12. That 2-second hesitation in episode 9 wasn't random. Theory 2. Seo Jin's sister set him up. Partially true. She didn't leak it, but she didn't stop it either. Watch her face when the vote happens. She looks relieved. Theory 3. The board orchestrated everything. Debunked. The board was reacting, not planning. They were scared of legal fallout. The biggest surprise, Seo Jin's mother knew about the clause all along. Her line at 38:20 confirms it. I told you to make it airtight. That sets up episode 14 perfectly. Episode 13 ends with Seo Jin's mother saying, "If you want war, you'll get war." Here's what I think happens next. 1. Seo Jin's mother goes to the media with a story about Ji-woo's father, something that ruins his legacy. 2. Ji-woo has to choose protect her father's name or expose the truth and clear herself. 3. The finale becomes about whether Ji-woo will become the thing she hates to win. My bet? She exposes it. Perfect Crown doesn't do clean endings, it does honest ones. And the honest ending is that sometimes you have to burn the past to save the future. Perfect Crown is the blueprint for the next wave of K-drama. Fast pacing, female lead with real agency, thriller structure, no filler romance. If you're a US viewer who thought K-dramas were all slow and fluffy, this is why you're wrong. This is Netflix's Succession, but Korean. It's about power, money, and what people will do to keep it. And it's working. The show is trending in 12 countries right now, not just Korea. The US, UK, Canada. If you want the episode 14 breakdown the second it drops, hit subscribe and ring the bell. I'm tracking every frame, every line, every lie. Drop a comment below. Was Ji-woo right to betray Seo Jin in the boardroom? And do you think she should expose her father's secret in episode 14? I read every reply, and I'll respond to the top 3 theories in the next video. See you for the finale breakdown.